then this is something I want you to consider. All right, so now let's move on. We're talking about Trump was sent from God. The reality is he really also believes that he's sent from God too. There was a video where he said, I am the chosen one, right? But we'll get to that video next. But as we can see here, people, now I want you to notice something really quick. Bethesda, Maryland. So they came from all over the country determined to help their stricken president recover. How they going? Number one, that was most likely a stunt double, because you know they all have stunt doubles. Why would they? As hated as he is, okay, now I don't hate him, but I don't hate nobody. But as hated as he is, why would this orange man be telling you the time that he was going to arrive? They would not make such an announcement for something like that. He would be clearly a target, right? If there was really him, like you're telling the time that he arrived, he's in the car just a waving and carrying on. Anyway, but as they said, hundreds of people congregated outside the hospital. They handed out water, candy, snacks, and stacks of pizza the Trump campaign sent over. Anyway, they devoted 20-foot pipes with 4 flags apiece mounted on them, marching them up and down the sidewalks. YMCA and Proud to Be an American. Both Trump rally staples blared on repeat on boom boxes and generator power amps. MAGA country had gathered to celebrate and pray for its leader. An impromptu festival vigil. Festival meets vigil is venerated living saint. Oh, for its venerated living saint. And then suddenly, there he was. Oh! After hours of listening to their cheers and acknowledging them via tweet, Trump emerged from his isolation chamber to greet the crowd, creating his own impromptu spectacle. In a brief appearance, Trump rolled past in his motorcade, waving from the window of his massive armored SUV, offering blessings from a hermetically sealed Pope mobile. The gathering was, in a way, the spiritual center of Trump's rattled base. Across the country, religious leaders had called on the country to pray for the president, and surrogates organized a candlelight vigil on Saturday night on Fox News. Blah, blah, blah. People get real. I'm not understanding how people really are falling for this. That's how you know a lot of people are, because God, I know the Lord said, do not put your confidence in man. Right? You put your confidence in man. You praying for this. You praying for this man. But the reality is, let's look at this. You're worshiping man. You're worshiping this man, just like he was in that movie, Back to the Future, where they had him Trump. This stuff is already predictive programming, man. They had him as the champ. They had him as the president back then, and you see what happened? Now let's look at this. So, you believe that this was the update, right? They released a flimsy update on health. So this man, Trump allies, turned COVID diagnosis into a message of strength. How is it a message of strength? Right? This guy gets it, and he goes to Walter Reed, which is in Bethesda, Maryland. So if you think back, let's go somewhere real quick, because God gave me another scripture, and I just got finished praying earlier today, and I'm on my 10-day fast. But this is what he gave me, John 5, and I'm like, John 5, okay, heating at the pool. Sometime later, Jesus went up to Jerusalem for one of the Jewish festivals. Now there is in Jerusalem near the Sheep Gate a pool, which in Aramaic is called Bethesda, and which is surrounded by 5 covered colonnades. Y'all gotta work. I can't see this little screen, but I'm doing my best. All right. Here, a great number of disabled people used to lie: the blind, the lame, and the paralyzed. All right. So the pool of Bethesda. If you've read the Bible, you know about this, the pool of Bethesda. Now we know Trump, was supposed to be, Walter Reed, whatever this was. Of course, he did make it there eventually since he came out, or his double. We'll leave that alone. So he's in Walter Reed, which is in Bethesda, Maryland. Now, if you're part of the belief that the Antichrist, let's go here. We can go into where he has, let's see. Now, if we look for wound that was healed, okay. So, no, let's go to Bible. Nah. You see, I'm keeping this real because this is straight up. He had a wound. Healed, and all right, let's see if we can pull up that scripture because I don't have that. God didn't give me that. All right, Revelations. Let me go to Revelations. Recover from the hill. I should have this ready, y'all. I don't know all the scripture. Recovering from the hill. Oh my God. What is the scripture, Father? What is it? What is it? All right. So, the beast. I can't type. There we go. This should pull it up. So I'm doing this by y'all. Okay. There we go. So, now let's check this out. So a deadly wound to the New World Order. So we'll check that out. But let's first look at the scripture. Okay? Because we're going to do a little Bible prophecy today. Just a little bit so you understand where I'm going with that whole John 5 situation. Okay? So, one of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. The world was filled with wonder and followed the beast. Now, of course, you got Trump sitting up in there like he was sick. He got the COVID-19, right? And now he's healed, and then you seen the world wandering after him. They down there talking about he from God, right? Then the next verse, people worshiped the dragon because he had given authority to the beast. And they also worshiped the beast and asked, who is like the beast? Who can wage war against it? All right. The beast was given a mouth to utter proud words of blasphemies and to exercise its authority for 42 months. Now let's go to 6. Let's see what they say. All right. It opened its mouth to blaspheme God and to slander his name and his dwelling place and those who live in heaven. It was given power to wage war against God's holy people and to conquer them. And it was given authority over every tribe, people, language, and nation. Now, you know they're trying to put together this one world religion, right? This one world government. You should not be surprised by this, but you should be preparing yourself and getting ready. And then we go to 8. All inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, all whose names have not been written in the Lamb's book of life. The Lamb who was slain from the creation of the world. So check that. All inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, all whose names who have not been written in the Lamb's book of life. So, we want to make sure that your name, I guess it's already, it's already established, it looked like, to some degree, right? All whose names have not been written in the Lamb's book of life. The Lamb who was slain for the creation of the world. So hopefully your name is in that book. Because we know how God dealt with those who didn't have that mark on them, right? There was no pity. The angels of the Lord did what God wanted them to do, and that was that. Lastly, Revelation 13:9. Whoever has ears, let them hear. Okay? So now I just said all that to say this. When he gave me John 5, was the pool of Bethesda. Let's put it together. These people think he's sent from God, right? Trump was sent from God, but let's see some of his words, right? So Trump said, I am the chosen one. Let's watch the video. I am the chosen one. All right, let's see. I mean, this is his own, I have nothing to do with this. I'm just showing y'all what it is. Oh, we ain't even got to play the long one. Let's go to the short one. We're going to get this and give him too much time. We ain't got time for that. But now a lot of people say it's joking. You can take it for a joke.
I am the China made $500 billion. $500 billion. Ripped it out of the United States. And not only that, if you take a look, intellectual property theft. Add that to it. And add a lot of other things to it. So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning.
All right. You see? Now this guy, this is why we really can't put our confidence. Nope. Okay. So I mean, that's him. So this is out of his mouth. This guy really believes that he is the chosen one. His people believe he's the chosen one, right? So I don't want to take too long with this video. I just want to come on and tell you my dream. So just to recap, and we're going to get into this because I could do this all night. And I know people's attention span is short, but I will say this: wickedness is about to be put on display, right? And that's not good. It's not good, but the people of God will be protected because he will keep us under his wings, right? But the thing is, we want to make sure that we are in the right place with God, right? We're supposed to trust in the Lord with all our heart and lead not into our own understanding, right? We want to acknowledge him in all our ways. This is the time, y'all. And let me be honest with y'all, I am never one to want to be fasting and stuff like that, but this is the time I'm like, I've got to fast and just clean my temple out, clean my body out, and just get closer with the Lord so I can hear clearly. This is a time of clarity. We're not supposed to be afraid, okay? We know what's coming up the road, but we just have to prepare our minds and our hearts to accept God, right? And just be aware. Like, don't fall into the trap of hate. Don't hate. Don't be out there in the street getting yourself killed, okay? Don't get caught out there. And make sure that you have your mark. Because if you don't have that mark, and your name ain't in that Lamb's Book of Life, at the end of the day, this is not going to be good for you. So do good, be good, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.